guys, so I couldn't wait to do another tutorial. It was so much fun on the first one that I just had to do another one just a couple days later. But the look I did today was a darker smoky eye. I kind of paired it with this lip color that I got in my FabFitFun box a couple days ago, which I also got this blanket scarf that so far I'm loving. It's kind of nice in this cold weather. This gloss is a Monica Dar and it's such a pretty fun color that I haven't seen before. So anyways, I hope you like this look and have fun. Alright you guys, so first off, let me just start by saying this is my first narration, aka voiceover, whatever you want to call it. And second, I'm still trying to figure out how I want to zoom in and zoom out and what looks best. Let me just tell you, it looks a whole lot different from my angle when I'm filming than when I get the whole video uploaded. So anyways, let's start. I'm going to start by priming my eyes because we're going to start with the eyeshadow today. I'm using the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion in the color Eden, which is a nude. And I want to make sure I just really rub it in all over. I just put a little bit on my eyelid and just rub it all over before it starts to get hard. It kind of is a thicker type, what's the word I'm looking for? A thicker primer, I guess you could say. And then I'm going to go in with my Morphe brush, R37. This is a crease brush that I love, love, love so much. And I'm going to use, from the Naked 2 Urban Decay Basics palette, the color Stark. I just want to get this in the crease. I like to get it up a little bit higher, closer to the eyebrow as well. This is going to be kind of our base color for all the other ones that we're going to add on top. And then I'm going to go in with the same brush with the color Frisk from the same palette. And I'm going to bring this one down just a little bit further. I'm not going to go up as high as I did with the other one. Basically, with this look, the whole idea is to layer, layer, layer until you get the desired look that you want. So you're going to start with lighter colors and then build to the darker ones. And then the next color that we're going to go in with is from the Naked 3 palette by Urban Decay. And it is Nooner. It kind of has a pinky shade to it. And I'm going to keep it down lower on the lid and in the crease. I'm not going to go up high with this one. I just really, really want to make sure that the darker we get in our colors, we keep it lower in the crease and on the lid. Otherwise, it's going to defeat the purpose of the look that I'm trying to go for, which you guys can do whatever you want, but it just wasn't what I was wanting to do. And then with my favorite blending brush, it's Morphe R35, which you will see a lot throughout this look. I'm just going to make sure I blend out all the harsh lines. With my Mary Kay brush that I love, I'm just going to pat on back with the Naked 2 Urban Decay Basics palette. The darkest color in this palette is called Undone, and I'm just going to pat it on because I have found with darker colors, patting it on rather than brushing it on, it leaves less fallout. This color in particular is very, very high pigmented, and so I just wanted to pat it on. I'm only going to take it on the lid, a little bit on the crease, but I'm going to blend it out later in this look, as you will tell. Back to the blending brush that I used, the Morphe R35. With this particular look, because I'm using so many different colors, I'm going to blend constantly and make sure before I move on, every color that I start with and end with, I'm going to blend it before I move on to the next color. Like right now, as you can tell, I like to blend. Blend, blend, blend. That's kind of the key. You want to make sure you don't have any harsh lines at all. I am so happy that I found this brush. To be honest, I have used it every day, every time I put eyeshadow on. It is a lifesaver. It has the softest bristles ever. So, on my first video, I used everything out of the Naked 2 Urban Decay palette, which I am using this color. It's called Blackout, and it's actually just a matte black. It is very dark, and I'm using the brush that actually came with the palette. It's just a very flat brush, and I'm just patting on the blackout. Like I said before, with the darker colors, I like to just pat them on rather than brush them on, and it leaves less fallout. Blend, 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 you guys. That's kind of the key. I feel like I'm going to repeat myself a ton, but that's okay. I don't care. The blackout is hard because it is also very, very high pigmented, and it's kind of tricky to work with because a little bit of the blackout goes a long ways. So back using my crease brush, the R37, I'm just going to take a little bit more of from the Naked 3 palette, Nooner, and basically I'm just blending it, you guys. I'm just blending out the blackout with the other colors that we've used so far, and then with my Mary Kay brush, the eye definer brush, going back with some more Undone. I'm just kind of basically layering a lot, and I just wasn't satisfied with the colors, and so I just wanted to add more, I guess you could say. This look is kind of tricky because I could have been done a long time ago, but I just wasn't feeling it. So I added more colors, I blended more, and I layered more, and that's kind of whatever. You could do whatever you want. I just wanted to change it up a little bit. Moving on, you guys, because I'm a blabbermouth, I don't really know what I'm doing or talking about. Just curling my eyelashes, and then I'm going to move on to my eyeliner. My favorite eyeliner right now is the Milani Stay Put Matte. It's a 17-hour wear liquid liner. It goes on glossy, but it dries matte. And it kind of has a foam end and a very, very pointed end to it, which I feel like is the key if you're looking for that perfect wing. I do my eyeliner almost every single day. I hardly go without it because I have my eyeliner tattooed on. So even if I don't wear eyeshadow, I go over the top of my tattooed eyeliner and kind of just perfect it a little bit because I never went back and got it retouched. So with that being said, I kind of have the perfect outline for everyday eyeliner if I'm not wearing any eyeshadow. With this look, I did a more dramatic wing than I would normally do. I wouldn't go out as far if I was using other eyeshadow colors, but I felt with this look it's kind of dark and wintry, and I just wanted to do a little bit more of something more dramatic. And we're still trying to perfect the wing. Usually my eyeliner doesn't take this long, but like I said, I don't usually go out that far, so it took me a little longer today. On to the eyebrows. Today I'm going to use the Benefit pencil Precisely My Brow, and I absolutely love this one. It has a very, very pointed tip to it. I'm using the color, or the shade 2, which is a light taupe brown. It's kind of a very neutral color. I feel like this is probably the most basic color that you could have that goes with every hair color, I guess, if you couldn't figure out what you wanted to use. This pencil is very similar to the Anastasia by Beverly Hills eyebrow pencil. I don't exactly know the name of it, but I did a lot of research on what brow pencil I wanted to try, and I do believe, and I'm not positive, but there was only $1 difference between this one and the Anastasia by Beverly Hills brow pencil. I think that hers is called Brow Wiz, maybe? Ooh, I'm not sure. Anyways, and also in the ounces for the price that you're getting, very, very similar. And so far, a little bit of this goes a long ways. I've had it for forever. To set my brows, I am using the Anastasia by Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel. Absolutely love this stuff, you guys. Like, if you are looking for the perfect brow gel to set your brows, this stuff lasts all day long. And then my go-to absolute thing that I never thought I would actually like is the Highbrow pencil by Benefit. It kind of, okay, back to the pencil that I used. This Highbrow pencil and the, what am I trying to say, Precisely My Brow, came in a kit that I got from Ulta, and I have used these two. I've used this Highbrow pencil almost every single day. Basically, it's a light pink. I don't like to use too much of it. You can do whatever you want. But I use my Morphe brush R43 to blend that out. And then on my brow bone, I'm going to use the Booty Call color from Naked 2 Urban Decay, which is the same color that the blackout came from. Or same palette, I mean. And I'm just going to highlight my brow bone and kind of blend that pencil that we used underneath the eyebrow and all the other colors and just kind of blend that together. The Booty Call does have a little bit of shimmer, so I love using that on my brow bone. To prime my face, I'm using the e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer. And I'm just going to put a little bit in my hands and rub it all over. I don't like to get too much of this stuff because it is, I guess if you're really dry and you like more of a sheen to your face when you put your foundation on, this leaves that, I don't want to say oily, but it leaves that good sheen to it. For foundation, I'm using the True Match Lumi by L'Oreal in the color or the shade W4 Warm, which is a neutral beige. And I'm using my Morphe M439 to blend it out. This is how I normally do my foundation. I love using a brush. I haven't used it in a long time because if you didn't watch my first video, I have got hooked on the Amore Pacific sponge applicator that my sister-in-law gave me, and you kind of use your fingers. It gives you a applicator with it, and you kind of use your fingers to put it on. So it's actually been a while since I've used my brush, and I miss it just a little bit. I like using a brush to put my foundation on. So I'm just going to put this all over. I don't like a whole lot of foundation on my forehead, so I use just whatever's left on my brush basically and put it on my forehead. That way my face looks proportionate with all the colors. For my concealer today, I'm using the Naked Skin by Urban Decay. This is a weightless complete coverage concealer. It goes on very, very light, but it definitely does the trick. I'm using the shade Medium Light Neutral. I love this concealer. Actually, this is my second tube that I'm on since I started using this. Using my beauty sponge to blend this out. Make sure your beauty sponge is damp if you do use a sponge. I just picked this one at Walmart, I do believe. It wasn't that much money, but I have loved it so far. I want to try a beauty blender, but I just can't get myself to pay $20-some when this one that I've been using does the trick just fine. It's been a long time since I've used anything else to put my concealer on besides a sponge. With the sponge, you just want to make sure it's really, you just dab. You want to make sure it's on, but you don't want to wipe it off. To set my under eyes, I'm using the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. I love this stuff so much since I got it. They had a huge thing of this setting powder, but I decided to go with the travel size whatever you want to call it, applicator, tube. I went with the travel size because I wasn't sure. It was a lot of money, and I wanted to make sure I loved it first before I got the bigger one. And I have had this pretty much all of 2016, and I still have a ton of this left. A little bit of this setting powder goes a long ways. Today I'm using it under my under eyes with my Morphe M438 brush, and I'm also going to take my big fluffy foundation brush and rub that translucent setting powder all over my face to set it. Normally I would go with a different setting powder for my face. I use a L'Oreal foundation powder because this time of year I'm so white and I haven't been tanning. I like a little bit more color on my face to match the rest of my body, especially my chest. If you tan as easy as I do, my chest stays tan pretty much all year round, but my face loses color really, really fast. So I like to use color, but today, since it's colder outside, more wintry, I was feeling the winter vibes, I was just going to do the translucent setting powder. For my bronzer today, I'm using the Estee Lauder bronzing powder. Where is it at? Estee Lauder Bronze Goddess Soft Matte Bronzer. And I'm using my brush Morphe R10. Today I wanted to use that brush because I was looking for something more dramatic. So I wanted to really define my cheekbones, and I thought this would do the trick. I love this brush. I don't use it very often because I have a different brush that I use for bronzer, but you guys, I don't do this all the time. Every once in a while I'll bring the bronzer up to my hairline, but I thought with that translucent powder I needed a little bit more color and depth to my look, so I brought the bronzer up into my hairline, And then with my Morphe R2, I just buffed that out a little bit. Okay, so for my foundation, I'm using the Be Matte Blush City Color Blush in Fresh Melon. I got this blush in my Ipsy Glam Bag, I want to say last month. Love this color. I love these colors. They're matte colors. They don't have any shimmer to them. I kind of find it more of a springy palette, but this color was the color that I used, the Fresh Melon color, was a good color for the look I was going for. Since I was using such dark colors on my eye, I wanted to kind of have a pop of color somewhere. My lips were a little pink, but I thought this would kind of tie it all together. Dig it, yeah. And then for my highlighter, I'm using, of course, the Champagne Pop by Jaclyn Hill from Becca. I got that opposite. Champagne Pop from Becca by Jaclyn Hill. Love this color, you guys. Like, I feel like I could wear this highlighter every day, but I don't, but I wish I could. And I'm using the fan brush by Morphe R12. So a while back, Morphe introduced these this brush set. It's a rose gold brush set, and I pretty much bought every single one. Not really, but pretty close. Anyways, love all the brushes so far that I've used. There's a few that I bought that I haven't used yet. I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but maybe I'll just hold on to them for a while. And to finish off the eyes, I'm going back to the Naked 2 by Urban Decay palette. Same palette as the Booty Call, and I'm using the same color that we did on our brow bone, the Booty Call. And I'm just going to put it on the inside corner of my eyes to give them a little bit more pop. I love this color, you guys, because we did such matte colors on the eyelids. This color is just the perfect amount of pop and shimmer. Underneath my eyes, I'm going with Booty Call, and I'm using my little flat brush here, the R42 by Morphe. And I'm just going to put it in. I'm not really being that particular about it. I am taking it out a little farther than I normally do. I don't normally, when I'm doing a smoky eye, bring it all the way out to the wing. But I thought, what the heck, let's be a little bit more dramatic than I normally are, because that's kind of the look we're going for. And then with that same brush, which I forgot to mention, the Morphe R39, exactly like the MAC 217 brush is what I used on my brow bone. Everything I use with Booty Call, I use with this brush. So for mascara, I'm using They're Real by Benefit. I am so hooked on this mascara, it's not even funny. I don't even know if I'll go back. I swore by the Big Orange Tube by CoverGirl from Walmart. I use that for everything. I've tried every mascara under the sun, and this is my favorite. And this is the final look on the eyes, you guys. I loved how this turned out. It's dramatic, but still soft and subtle, I thought. My personal preference. I could have done a little bit more dramatic underneath. There's so many different things you could have done with this look, but I just loved how this turned out. It was soft and subtle for a smoky eye. And now for the final touch, I'm using my Monica Kadar Lip Locked Priming Gloss Stain in the color Lucky, and this is the stuff I was talking about that came from my FabFitFun box. I absolutely fell in love with this color. It was like a rose pink. It wasn't too pink, it wasn't too light, it wasn't too nude. It was the perfect amount, and the way this went on was so slick and glossy. Absolutely loved it. Thank you guys so much. Have a good day.